friends and family and souls. I've been meaning to do this for probably longer than I'd like to admit, but I'm feeling the need, since we are reaching this like critical mass of humanity awakening, and some at a very abrupt pace, to share my story and to share the highs and lows of the awakening process as we're moving into the shift in consciousness from a very masculine, patriarchal, dominated consciousness into a feminine, divine feminine, centered consciousness, which is, the unconscious coming forward, and it's very nurturing and it's very collaborative. So in the next series, and I don't know how long it's going to take, I'm going to tell this story, and I genuinely hope that you find connections in your own life with it, because as I'm discovering through the awakening process that we are one, and every encounter that you have is an opportunity for you to see another character of your own self played out in another human being that just is another expression of God, and another way that you can see yourself, and perhaps the things that you need to just recognize and accept and acknowledge within yourself that maybe you haven't in the past. And that doesn't necessarily mean that it's a good or a bad thing. It just is what it is. And there are certainly aspects of the collective personality that are detrimental to us. For example, jealousy, greed, competition, all of these aspects that make up parts of us that don't connect. Okay? And it's not that it's necessarily good or bad. It's there to teach us a lesson. It's there to help us grow, and it's there to help us evolve as a collective consciousness. So, interestingly enough, my role in my career is that of judgment and competition, which is very interesting, because I've made a career out of judging and competing, and it's served me very well. It has served me well, because I've always traced everything that I see as a dance teacher and as a judge back to myself. How can I better myself from what I'm doing, from what I'm watching? How can I increase my language, how can I increase my vocabulary by finding new ways to express the same idea that maybe this dance teacher of this team has expressed to them that hasn't gotten through to them yet? How can I help these athletes grow from my experience? So it's always come back to me, and not I want to be better than that other person. It has nothing to do with that. It's a competitiveness, or it's a challenge for me. And that's the way I've always viewed it. And it's been in the recent past that I've recognized that it's not like that with everyone. And not everyone sees competition and judgment in the way that I do. And it's caused a lot of conflict in my life when I finally awakened enough to recognize this and saw how other people will try to overpower your energy because of the nature in which they see judgment and competition. And I understood it from an energetic level when I experienced it. I know we talk about in the spiritual communities energy vampires and people that suck your energy. I've been reading this incredible book, The Celestine Prophecy by James Redfield. And if you haven't read it, it's not that big of a book. I think it's probably 200 pages. fantastic. And I'm about halfway through, so I haven't gotten, to all 9 insights that they talk about in this book. I think I'm on the 4th. But this is one of the aspects that they talk about, how competitiveness, when people are competing for energy, they will use their influence and they will attempt, I guess, if you're not aware of this, they'll attempt to use their influence to suck your energy field straight out of you so that you adapt to their line of thinking. Okay? And this is how we've evolved as humans, and really, like, it's kind of Darwinian in natural selection and survival of the fittest, because that's just the way that we've operated. However, there is a better way, and there is a way that allows people to maintain their own energy while you share opinions and take and give those things that you need to nourish you, and you release the things that don't serve you. And for me, my career nourishes me and it nourishes my family because it provides those things for me. It nourishes my friendships. However, I don't choose to subscribe to a lot of the energy that sucks me. I'm not going to subscribe to that. I'm going to stay within my own energy field, and I'm very blessed to have surrounded myself with people in my life that have helped me to maintain my own center for my career, and got me to where I am now. So, that's kind of the preview of the story that I'm going to tell. And I'll leave you guys with that. I'm going to move on with my day and follow up again, and genuinely would love to hear your comments on this. And I hope to talk to you all soon. Namaste, namaste, namaste.